Now that the water has been collected and transferred through the northern United States, we enter the distribution system. This southern network of the NAWAPA program will distribute 72 million acre-feet of water per year to 7 U.S. states and 5 Mexican states, bringing water usage in some states to over 3 times current levels and irrigating around 70,000 square miles of land. Beginning from Lake Nevada, the last common pool of water from the transfer system, the flow is split at the Trout Creek diversion into 2 paths of similar size, one leading to the Pacific, the other to the Colorado River Basin. Taking the western branch, we first pass through the 80-mile-long Hansen Tunnel to the newly formed Lake Vegas, with the opportunity for irrigation along the way. From Lake Vegas, a branch of the distribution system makes its way into California to form the Panamint Reservoir after crossing Death Valley through a siphon. The rest of the flow from Lake Vegas makes its way south, past the city of Las Vegas, roughly paralleling the Colorado River, producing 6,500 megawatts of electricity and plenty of farmland along the way before it joins the Colorado above Yuma. At Yuma, the flow again branches. To the west, water flows to Baja California and Southern California, increasing the agricultural success of the Imperial Valley and providing 5 reservoirs and 4.3 million acre-feet per year in Baja California. To the east from Yuma, water will irrigate this extreme desert in Sonora. Imagine what potential this water will reveal in the expansion of that remarkable green you see in the Imperial Valley. Imagine turning that desolate desert, that failure of the biosphere, into a productive garden for both nations. Now, return to the Trout Creek diversion below Lake Nevada as we inspect the Colorado Basin distribution section. Waterways and reservoirs make 2 million acre-feet available in Utah as the water enters Arizona to fill Lake Navajo. Lake Navajo is the largest lake in the distribution system, and one can only imagine the type of blessing it would be for the entire region, reviving dormant strains of grasses and providing the possibility for planting new forests. From this lake, water flows along 2 paths, one to water the Gila River Basin in Arizona and Sonora with around 20 million acre-feet per year, and another continuing east towards New Mexico. The western path will create 6 new reservoirs, increase the flow into one existing reservoir, drape lush greenery around Phoenix, and create many new cities. Back to Lake Navajo. Water will flow south and will pass through a pump and a series of canals and reservoirs through the mountains of eastern Arizona until it reaches the newly created Lake Geneva in New Mexico. We'll return to the southward flow of water from Lake Geneva later. For now, we'll continue east. After being pumped upwards, the water flows by tunnel to Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, where some of the water is diverted to the Rio Grande. The main flow crosses the Rio Grande River here by means of a siphon. At the eastern side of New Mexico, the Pecos Reservoir is formed, ready to distribute water southwards, while the flow continues north towards Colorado. West of Roy, New Mexico, a series of pump lifts raises water, allowing it to flow through the 100-mile Colorado Tunnel into the state of Colorado, forming a reservoir east of Denver. Let's go back now to look at the southern distributors. From Lake Geneva, water flows south to Animas, New Mexico, where it splits, flowing through Sonora, which receives about 10 million acre-feet per year from the program, and through the desert in the state of Chihuahua, greening the parched land. The Rio Grande diversion at Truth or Consequences will allow increased irrigation in the regions neighboring the river. From the Pecos Reservoir, water will again flow through the Pecos River through the arid regions of West Texas, irrigating much land along the way before meeting with the Rio Grande above the Amistad Dam. Here, 2 new aqueducts parallel the Rio Grande River, bringing 17,000 square miles of land under irrigation in the Rio Grande Basin. The remaining water empties into the Gulf. The NAWAPA program provides water needed for irrigation and development, allowing a dramatic expansion in agricultural and industrial output. An increase in irrigated farmland will equal the size of Washington State. The land's potential to support grasslands and forests will be realized, increasing the biological activity of a region that has lain fallow for millennia. It will fundamentally change the climate of the entire continent, moderating temperatures, providing moisture, and having a multiplier payback in terms of water cycle activity. NAWAPA does not add crops to a desert. It removes the desert altogether. Thinking in these terms will serve us well for tackling problems of planetary exploration and development.